Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Texas Association for College Admissions Counseling Virtual College Fair. We have an exciting session today. Before we get started, a couple housekeeping items. Note that your camera and microphone are off, so our panelists are unable to hear you. If you have questions, you go ahead and use the chat feature to ask the question to the presenter at any time. Also note that we have additional sessions on the StriveScan website. So if you have interest in those, go ahead and sign up at your earliest convenience. Do note as well that the session is being recorded and will be posted to strivescan.com/Texas. With those behind us, we'll turn it over to our first presenter from Humboldt State University.
Thanks, Dave. I appreciate that. So my name is Vanessa. I'm an admissions counselor and alum from now Cal Poly Humboldt. We used to be Humboldt State University just a few weeks ago. And it's a really exciting change for us in Northern California, as we are the only Cal Poly now in California and the third in California in general within the CSU. I did put my info in the chat, so if you did have any questions, you can connect with me one-on-one. And if you have any questions throughout the session, definitely put those down so that all of us here can answer and support you in the info that you are looking for and hoping to get today. With us becoming a Cal Poly, the biggest change is we are adding in a dozen new programs next year, and then following that year, even more programs that are within the STEM. We are very excited to be getting that recognition and financial support to not only expand our programs, but support the ones that we have, STEM and outside of STEM. Just some quick facts about us. We are a part of the Cal State University system, which is the largest college system in the nation. There's about 23 of us across California. We hold it down in Northern California in Arcata, very much so a small rural college town feel, right by the ocean and right in the redwoods. I'll be showing a quick minute video here in a second that will give you just kind of a nice view of what Humboldt is all about. Are still updating some of our marketing materials, but as you could see, our approach to education is very much so hands-on, getting you out into your field within your first year so that you really know if that's going to be a great fit for you. We're also very passionate about sustainability and social justice, so you will see that within all of our programs and within our community and culture. So we have 3 different colleges, and even though we're becoming a Cal Poly, we are still keeping our professional studies, arts, humanities, and social science programs, just adding to our natural resources and science college. We've got a little bit of everything from education, business, kinesiology, psychology, and many more within our professional studies college. Within our natural resources, our location is pretty amazing, being right by the ocean. We have oceanography, marine biology, forestry, wildlife, computer science, and much more. And then lastly, we have our College of Arts, Humanities, and Social Science, so theater, music, dance, film, some really great things that you can check out. I also really like to highlight that going into college, you have so much support. We know that it is a big transition. So my biggest takeaway from this slide is to just reach out to all of the programs, because we're all here to support you and make sure that it is an easy transition for you, whether you're coming out of high school, community college, or an adult learner. We definitely want you to know that there's a lot of support out there. The other part of college, of course, is the social aspects. So going into clubs, checking out athletics, getting involved in government, and really learning this new home that you could be going to and what the community is like. Here's just a few pictures that highlights a few things that we have here. I always recommend going to Clubs Fair within your first few weeks of whichever campus you choose to check out all the programs that they have there. You can choose things that you're interested in. You could try something new. And if you don't see something on that list, you can always make your own club, which is pretty exciting. We also recommend checking out the area. So if you go to a campus, definitely check out campus life, but also walk around the town and see the things that they do. I know for us, being outdoors, going to farmers market and supporting our local community are really big things. We do provide housing. Next year, it's going to be mandatory for freshmen, and we also have it for transfers. And then I know I'm coming down to my last minute here. So we always recommend to take advantage of programs like FAFSA and checking out just tuition. For us, our WUI program is going to be the biggest benefit, cutting your tuition in half. And then lastly, for all CSUs, we're looking for your GPA being above a 3.0, your A through G courses, and graduating. All of the CSU just last week is no longer requiring SAT or SAT test scores. And then of course we accept transfers as well. So I know it's a lot of info in a very short amount of time. So definitely encourage you to check out all of our schools' websites, check in one-on-one. I know I put my info in the chat, and definitely feel free to click on that if you'd like to connect. So thank you so much for your time, and yeah, have a great night.
Thank you. We're on to our next presenter from Western Colorado University.
Perfect. Okay, let me just go ahead and share my screen. Thank you, Dave. All right. So, hello everyone. My name is Flynn Guerreri. I am from Western Colorado University. I'm actually an alumni as well. I graduated in 2018, and I'm currently the STEM recruiter. So I work everything STEM field. So definitely excited to chat with you all. So Western is located in Gunnison, Colorado. It's about 3.5 hours away from Denver. Our student body is definitely one of the smaller ones within Colorado itself. For undergrad, we're right around 3,000, and our graduate program's bringing us up to that 3,500. Because we're a smaller school, we definitely have smaller class sizes. So 16 is our average class size. Starting out your freshman year too, that's average. I always joke my biggest class was 26 and my smallest was 6. And our biggest classroom only holds 59 people. So you're definitely not going to be in a massive crowd if you're here as well. But just because we're a little bit smaller doesn't mean that we don't pack a punch when it comes to academic programs. We have 100 different programs that you can get involved in, kind of pave your way in the path that you want to go in your education. We also have 50 plus clubs. Very similar, we can start a club if it's not there. I had a friend that started one about ghost hunting, paranormal pursuits. So really any of your passions, regardless of what they are, you can get them started if they're not already there. Another thing I always like to highlight as well, 80% of our students do receive some sort of financial aid. And our mascot is the Mountaineer, because we are in a beautiful area. So we are surrounded just by BLM, Park Service, state parks, and we're really in the heart of the Rockies. I love the fact that we have 2 different ski resorts about 30 minutes. So we have Crested Butte Mountain Resort, which there's a free shuttle from campus. And then we also have Monarch, which is also 45 minutes away from there. So it's a beautiful place if you love outdoors, 750 miles of single track if you're interested in hiking or biking, anything like that. It truly is your stereotypical Colorado mountain town. And that's really why it attracts a lot of people that are outdoor enthusiasts, or if not, they might want to get involved in it. And it really is a beautiful place to be a part of. So just like I said, our class sizes are a lot smaller. So I always recommend any student, when you're looking to going into college, envision yourself. College is a big commitment. It's an investment money-wise and time-wise. Find the place that you're most successful. So I'm actually from Wyoming. There's not a lot of people there. So me being in a large lecture hall would have been really difficult to me since I grew up in a school of only 15 students. So find where you'll be the most successful. And for me, having those smaller class sizes where I could really communicate with my professors, ask them questions, I still text them today. That's what was successful for me. So definitely kind of reflect on that as you go in your college search. So like I said, I work in STEM recruitment. So I always like to highlight the STEM programs that we have. Obviously, we have everything under the sun besides just STEM, but I always like to highlight these. So everything from anthropology, where we actually have an active dig site only 8 miles away from campus, to mathematics, to computer science, to chemistry. And there's actually 2 programs I mainly want to highlight because they're a little bit newer, but these are actually our partnerships with CU Boulder for our computer science partnership and our mechanical engineering partnership. So just some new happenings on campus. But basically what happened is we got an $80 million donation from an alumni here at Western. So we were able to build a brand new facility, which is our Paul M. Rady School of Computer Science and Mechanical Engineering. A lot of students want to be in the mountains when they come to Colorado. That's what you envision. That's why I wanted to be there. I wanted to ski, hike, those types of things. So if Boulder is not really the vibe that you're wanting to go with, but you really want that top 10 in the nation CU degree in computer science or mechanical engineering, we kind of have the best of both worlds. So basically what it looks like is all 4 years would be on Western's campus within the heart of the Rockies. However, your first 2 years, you would be a Western student, and your second 2 years would be a CU student. We actually bring professors up from Boulder to teach on campus because they want to take advantage of our new facilities. They want to be in the Gunnison Valley and kind of reap the benefits of having those small class sizes as well. So it's a really amazing opportunity. We're really excited about it. And one of the scholarships that I want to offer and just kind of bring up is our Paul M. Rady scholarship as well. It's our merit scholarship for him. He is a very generous donor, so we're really excited to have him kind of giving back to Western. But what this basically is a 2-year full tuition scholarship. So that's a huge scholarship, including out of state, which out of state tuition is right around $18,000 for us for the tuition. So if you have a 3.5, you are Math 151 ready or Calculus 1 ready come your fall term, and you get all your applications in by January 31st of prior to your fall entry term, you can get 2 full years full tuition. Huge scholarship opportunity. Try to make college as cheap as you possibly can. It's expensive, so find these little nuggets of gold all over the place and really take advantage of those. Right now, we currently have about 50 students in each cohort as they're going through, and they just started on their Boulder end, and they're really finding success on having backs of not only Western, but also Boulder when it comes to finding jobs and getting within the industry, taking advantage of internships, those types of things. So those are some really exciting things that are happening on our campus. One thing I always like to recommend, regardless of where you decide to go, is go visit the campus that you're interested in. Like I said, it's an investment. It's 4 years of your life, if not more. It's a lot of money. You want to kind of have that aha moment when you get on campus. So for Western, if you are interested in visiting us, we do have tours going off daily at 10:30 Saturday by appointment. So please come visit or go to western.edu recruitment events. A lot of times we have preview days where we'll actually pay for some hotel rooms if you get up to the Gunnison Valley, so take advantage of those. Here is a free app code, Go Western 2022 for seniors. If you are interested, that just waives that fee. For juniors, it would be 2023. But all we really need are your transcripts. We're test optional for scholarships as well as admissions. So yeah, here's all my information. You can scan that QR code if you're interested in learning more, but thank you for letting me share.
Thanks so much. We're on to the University of Colorado at Colorado Springs.
All right, hello everyone. My name is Annalise Tripp. I'm with the University of Colorado, Colorado Springs. We are part of the CU system, so we are a public institution located just about 60 miles south of Denver. We are the smallest of the 4 schools, so many people know Boulder is our flagship campus. We have a campus in Denver, a medical school in Denver, and then we're in Colorado Springs. We're only about 12,000 total students, so we're kind of a nice small medium size. So you do get a lot more one-on-one attention with your professors and your peers. We do put a big emphasis on hands-on learning too in Colorado Springs. We are an NCAA Division II university, so we do offer athletic scholarships. We have over 60 different majors and minors, including pre-professional programs. So for those of you, interested in STEM who want to go on to dentistry, pharmacy, doing pre-med, pre-PT, we have all of those available for you. So we do have 6 different colleges on our campus. We have a College of Education, College of Business, College of Letters, Arts and Sciences, and School of Public Affairs. I'll be talking kind of more focused about 2 today. The first is going to be our College of Engineering and Applied Science. So you can see a list of our undergraduate majors here. The one that is not listed is our Aerospace Engineering major. So we've had aerospace program for about 20 years. That's kind of been an emphasis under our mechanical engineering program. Starting this upcoming fall 2022, that is going to be a standalone major. So we're pretty excited about that. We do have a lot of great opportunities being in Colorado Springs to network and get that experience. Being right down the street from the Air Force Academy, we have an Army base, an Air Force base, NORAD is up in the mountains out there. So especially those of you interested in cybersecurity or aerospace engineering, it's a really great place to be. We also do have a National Cybersecurity Center located on our campus for internships. So you don't have to go too far. If you want to do cybersecurity, you can do that right on our campus. Some of you have noticed that we do have a Bachelor of Innovation listed next to some of those majors. So this is really unique to UCCS in that we're the only school in the world to offer something called a BI. So instead of receiving a Bachelor of Science in Computer Science or Game Design and Development, you can receive a BI in those majors. And essentially it just incorporates entrepreneurship and innovation classes throughout your 4 years. So for those of you who are entrepreneurs, who want to be a business owner, it really kind of is a more well-rounded project-based degree that kind of teaches you how to market you and your product. We do have a lot of great opportunities for research, for internships. We partner with Lockheed Martin, the Air Force. We have networking events. One of our admissions student workers actually just got his clearance back from the Air Force and has been able to intern with NORAD. So that was a pretty cool opportunity. The other college I want to talk to you about is our College of Nursing and Health Sciences. So this is a really big program on our campus. We do have undergraduate as well as graduate programs for this degree. So for those of you, again, who are looking at the pre-med, pre-PT, any of those kind of pre-professional programs, this is a lot of the time what students will pursue as a major. We just partnered with Centura Health, which is a big health organization in Colorado, and built a multi-million-dollar building called the Hybl Sports Performance Center. This building has a clinic, so you're going to be surrounded by clinicians doing their job every day. We have an environmental room that you can adjust the altitude from 0 feet to the height of Mount Everest so that you can try to train in. We have a cadaver lab. We're using medical equipment that current hospitals are using in our building. So really great opportunities. Again, we have a lot of clinicals and internships through these programs too. We also have a lot of academic support on our campus. So we have tutoring services, we have Excel centers. So kind of similar to a library setting, except that you can go and collaborate and talk with other students. They'll have tea and coffee for you. And we do have staff there to kind of help you if you're just working on homework or projects, to help guide you, or if you're stuck on a math question, kind of help you out with that. You're also going to have an academic advisor that's going to help you, depending on what major you're in. We have different academic advisors for each college. We also have a career center that can kind of help navigate what you want to do in the STEM field. And then one thing I wanted to mention that I didn't put in the slide, but in our education program, we do have a STEM education major. So if you want to teach STEM, we also have that. So just briefly, I want to end on kind of financial aid. So you will be required to live on campus your first year as a student. However, we only have suite style dorms and the price is all inclusive. So it includes your laundry, parking pass, and an all you can eat meal plan. Next to it, I put a couple of our most popular scholarships. So the top scholarship, the Peak Award, is for Texas students. It is automatic if you have test scores. However, we are test optional. So if you don't have test scores, If you have a 3.7 GPA, you automatically get it. If you have above a 3.0 GPA but don't have test scores, you can also apply for that scholarship. Otherwise, we do have a lot of scholarship opportunities as well for our STEM majors. So if you go to our scholarship website, just go to our website, type in scholarships. You can filter and say that you're an engineering major or find other means of financial aid for you. That email at the bottom, if y'all have any questions, please feel free to reach out to us. Otherwise, we do have tours available on our campus, or you can check us out virtually. So thank you all so much. And if you have questions, please reach out.
Thank you. Great job. We're on to the University of Wyoming.
Good evening. I am excited to share more about the University of Wyoming this evening, and welcome to our presentations. I'm going to start with just giving some overview of our university. We are located in Laramie, Wyoming, which is north of Denver, Colorado, or Fort Collins, Colorado. And we also are surrounded by mountains and forest land, just real beautiful campus. We are the only land grant university in the state of Wyoming. We have 7 other community colleges, but we are the only university. We are at 7,220 feet, so we have the highest elevation football stadium. We enjoy that we're only 30 minutes from ski and snow sports at our Snowy Range ski resort. Students love that they can take advantage of hundreds of miles of biking, hiking, trails. Like I said earlier, we're surrounded by national forest land. This community of Laramie has around 32,000 community members, and you can get highly involved in and active in the community also. Currently, we have around 11,800 students. We're a Division I school. We have 400 student athletes that compete in our 17 Division I sports. We have a 14-to-1 student to faculty ratio, so you really get to build relationships with your professors. Average class size is around 30, and as you go through your years of program of study, you'll see that those will get even smaller. We are very proud that we have represented over 50 states for our student body, and that includes 83 countries. Right now, we have about a 57-43% split between Wyoming residents and non-residents. We love having our non-resident students on campus, and we currently have over 800 plus undergraduate students that perform research annually, and we let you start research early on in your freshman, sophomore years. You don't have to wait till you're an upperclassman. We have over 85 bachelor's programs, 200 areas of study. You can double major, you can add minors. We have 8 colleges and 2 schools. Some of our STEM majors that we're very proud of are microbiology, molecular biology, which also includes biotechnology. We have pre-professional programs that could lead to pre-med, pre-dentistry, pre-chiropractor. Computer science is a big initiative at our campus right now, with even a minor in cybersecurity. Math majors, nursing, environmental system science, to name a few. And then we have the other typical sciences: chemistry, biology, geology, botany, zoology, and wildlife biology. So we're real heavy in the STEM majors, and you at any time can add minors to your program. We do have the largest study abroad endowment in the nation currently, and students can study in over 400 sites worldwide, and students can also do trips domestically. And we're just excited that we can offer really strong and high scholarships for you to study abroad. We also like to support our students to make sure they're successful. We have free tutoring, we have counselors available for students. Students reside in our residence halls the first year, and then after that, they have the option to move off campus. We have health service available, wellness programming, over 300 clubs and activities. We also can give students nutrition advice and tailor their food choices in our dining hall. And then we do have very strong career services where students can sign up for internship opportunities, resume, mock interview help, but lots of support services to keep you very active in college. We also have financial aid opportunities for students, and 95% of our first-time students did receive some form of scholarship or financial aid. We have been voted the #3 best value university, and we're #1 on a list of 20 states where college is worth the cost. This picture shows our Prexy's pasture, and many of our college buildings surround this pasture, and this is where students throw a football, frisbee. A lot of dogs are hanging out here. Just a fun place for students to meet other students. We have a scholarship for out-of-state students called our Brown and Gold Commitment, and we look at your unweighted high school GPA. We were test optional this year for admission, and if you did provide a test score, that could mean a larger award, but we did have scholarships also available to students without test scores, and those range from anywhere from $2,500 to $12,000. And we will be letting the students know what our future is on that test optional, but currently we are in that position. Here is our commitment grid that you can look over. As you can see, the high school unweighted GPA is on the left-hand side, and then across the top, we have the SAT, ACT scores. So you would have a good idea really early after you're admitted what type of scholarships you would be receiving. Our curriculum that you need to be admitted to our university is 4 years of English, math, science, and additional coursework, 3 years of social science. We do allow one deficiency in one area, and we would like to see a 3.0 unweighted high school GPA, and we are on a rolling admissions basis, and we're still accepting applications for the fall. Easy to apply. You can use the Common App or go to our website. $40 fee and your official transcripts are all we need. And we would love to have you visit, schedule an in-person visit this summer or during the school year. And you can also do a virtual tour, or you could meet with one of our student ambassadors online. Here is my contact information. Feel free to take a picture of that, and I will be adding that in the chat. But again, let me know if you have any questions, and thank you very much.
Lisa, thanks so much. We're on to our next institution, the University of Iowa.
Good evening. My name is Ryan Perman with the University of Iowa's College of Engineering. We are located in the Iowa City area of in the state of Iowa. Just a brief student profile here for you. The university itself, it's about 31,000, a little over that, total students. You can see representing quite a few states and countries. Pretty decent split of our students coming from the state of Iowa, as well as non-residents international students. To speak more specifically about the College of Engineering, as well as our other programs, you will see the university has over 200 areas of study. Some of our most popular majors for students coming from the state of Texas include engineering, health sciences, and biology. While I am a representative of the College of Engineering, we certainly like to acknowledge that health science programs at the University of Iowa are incredibly impressive and link into some incredible and professional programs. Our campus is home to 3 hospitals, including or leading into a College of Medicine, College of Dentistry, Pharmacy, Public Health Nursing. I'll have on a later slide, you'll see the College of Engineering having partnerships with all those programs for undergraduate students. And additionally, we have great programs in neuroscience, speech and health, hearing sciences, chemistry, biochemistry, biomedical science, and so much more. Undergraduates at the University of Iowa do aspire to continue on to those professional programs, and will have a lot of opportunities for involvement in research, involvement in mentorship, and just getting that experiential learning experience that we know is so vital. So within the College of Engineering, despite being a Big Ten institution, we are a relatively small College of Engineering, about 1,800 students total. Those students coming from about 36 states and 20 different countries. One of the things we are very proud of, among the national average of 21% enrollment of female engineers, we're actually closer to 27, 28%. Still a work in progress for us, but we do love to see our efforts to enroll students who don't tend to find engineering as a natural home for them succeeding here, including our first generation students. We do try to roll out quite a few support systems for our students who might be the first in their family to be pursuing a STEM degree, and hope to invite any students who need those support resources to take advantage of those within the College of Engineering. Within our program specifically, we do have 8 separate engineering majors. Standouts among them are biomedical and mechanical engineering programs are the 2 largest within the college. Biomedical is certainly an elite program with those relationships with our health sciences areas. Another major worth noting is our computer science and engineering program. Is a fairly unique blended program in collaboration with our computer science major on campus, where students really are taking the curriculum of an electrical engineering degree as well as computer science, and finding some really unique opportunities. All of our programs, students will select a focus area to hone in their degree, and have the phenomenal opportunity to have real world implications through a senior design project that they'll work on, of course, during their senior year. With all of our programs, a little bit of a difference for us compared to a lot of engineering schools. Students are directly admitted during their senior year into whichever engineering major that they are interested in. They can start as undeclared and can change majors at any time. We do not cap enrollment in any of our programs, and enrollment is not based off of competitive standards. Students are able to pursue and get enrolled with whichever program they do find is the best fit for them. Within our College of Engineering, we have a major emphasis for our students on the idea of being something more. We know that STEM degrees tend to be incredibly rigorous, but we want to continue to challenge our students to flame their passions and get involved however they have been in the past or want to find in the future. So the university does have over 500 student organizations. All of these images are of engineering students studying abroad, competing as Big Ten athletes. The marching band is always a favorite for us. A lot of engineers find their passions with music as well. Our marching band is about 25 to 30% engineering students, despite the fact that our students only make up about 9% of the student body. Applying to the University of Iowa is a pretty easy process. The state of Iowa uses what's called the Regents Admissions Index. You can see the formula on the slide. You will note the College of Liberal Arts and Sciences, where a lot of our STEM degrees is located, is looking for a 255 on that index. The College of Engineering specifically is actually looking for 10 points higher, a 265. The university has been utilizing test optional admission the last couple of years, holistically reviewing applications that don't have test scores, and that is going to be continuing into the future. We're really excited about that. The one note I do like to make, especially as it relates to my next slide, is the fact that for financial aid, providing a test score can have advantages. You'll see some of the major timeline pieces for us. Of October 1st, we do like our students to apply for engineering scholarships by January 1st, and test scores can help with those. There is excellence within research at the University of Iowa's College of Engineering. Those 5 collaborative relationships for research. You will notice 30% of our students participating in research. We do have 3 major themes of research existing through the College of Engineering, serving our communities and the world in a number of exciting areas. And our students are finding tremendous success upon graduation, 95% job placement rate within 6 months of graduation, and 45% of our students receiving job offers before graduation, and a number of students pursuing higher education degrees. Here's my contact information. I'm joined by my colleague, Lacey Patterson, who works with our Texas students. Feel free and take a picture, grab our contact information, and reach out with any questions.
Thanks so much. We're on to our next institution, Miami University.
Hi, everyone. My name is Lindsay Holden. I'm with Miami University in Oxford, Ohio, and I'm here to talk about our STEM program specifically. a little bit about our institution. We are a mid-sized public institution here in Ohio, with just over 120 majors available for students, nearly 20,000 total students on campus, 17,000 of those which are undergraduate. So we're very heavily focused on the undergraduate educational experience. It means that a lot of opportunities that students, especially in STEM fields, are interested in are open to our undergraduate students, things like undergraduate research, access to faculty, being the kind of focus of the education here means that our undergraduates get really great attention by our faculty. We are about 60% Ohio residents, about 40% out-of-state students. So do see students here at Miami from 47 different states and 75 different countries at the end of the day. So we like to think we have the best of both worlds. We have the resources you would expect of a large public institution, but really kind of the heart and feel of a smaller liberal arts college with that commitment to undergraduate education and that commitment to that group of students specifically in the classroom. I mentioned some STEM opportunities at Miami, like research. We have some things that stand apart, our first year research experience. So students who know that they want to get involved in research, but maybe don't know exactly what that might look like or what that might be, can participate in our first year research experience, where you'll take a series of classes with a cohort of students and work on research with the faculty as a part of those classes. We see every year about 2,000 undergraduates working on funded research with faculty, as well as many others who are doing experiential learning through classes. We have a summer research program for students where you can be awarded grants from the university to stay and work with the faculty over the summer on a research project. Really great opportunities that can help students stand out, especially who might be interested in going on to graduate school or some of those kinds of programs. We have a few different areas where STEM might live, as many people do. We have 5 different academic divisions here at Miami, and most of our STEM programs will live in 2 of them, our College of Engineering and Computing, as well as our College of Arts and Science. When you look at how we kind of classify things in groupings, you can see engineering, computer science, and technology. Many of those programs are held within our College of Engineering and Computing, although we have information and cybersecurity management in our former School of Business, and engineering physics is actually in our College of Arts and Science. Robotics engineering is one of our newest programs in the school. They've done a really cool job with their robotics lab that they've built over there for students. We know that that is driving a lot of the, leaps in autonomous devices that we all have around everywhere at this point. And so our students are have the ability to get their hands on that very early on. Our students do a senior design day project where they've worked with companies like the CDC, Textron, WorldPlay, and NASA on different kinds of projects, anything from building algorithms to investment strategy for the stock market to improve safety systems for a manufacturing firm. So they kind of run the gamut, obviously, depending on the field of engineering that you're interested in. Then science, sustainability, and the environment. You can see our programs here. Most of those are within our College of Arts and Science. We have our Institute for the Environment and Sustainability here at Miami as well. That's kind of an umbrella organization where a lot of students in some of these majors will find their home, or maybe their student club or organization. We have our Institute for Food under that umbrella, where we have our own CSA here at Miami, where we grow food and members of the community participate in the CSA. I come each week in the summer and pick up my my box of food, or some days you're allowed to just kind of pick whatever you want from what they've grown, which is really cool, as well as some really neat partnerships with our geology department around fire safety and understanding global climate change in that area. So some really interesting things there if that's something that you're interested in. Medicine, health, and well-being. These programs actually span our College of Arts and Science, as well as our College of Education, Health, and Society, where we have majors like kinesiology and public health. And nursing is kind of a standalone program here at Miami. It's its own department. So all of these students can work with our Mallory Wilson Center for Pre-Health Advising, which will help make sure that students, regardless of what type of graduate program they might be looking at, maybe, maybe looking at medical school, dentistry, physical therapy, occupational therapy, those types of programs. We'll have a lot of advising there with our Mallory Wilson Center. And then math, stats, and data analytics, which is obviously a hot topic these days. But you can see here, those mostly are in our College of Arts and Science, but we also have business analytics in our Farmer School of Business. Here at Miami, we also have our Center for Analytics and Data Science, where students from all sorts of different academic backgrounds come together to work on real-world client problems, so that they're combining their knowledge with the ability to work in teams. And we have a lot of cool companies who are working with us, like the Cleveland Clinic, Fifth Third Bank, all sorts of different folks from around the country, around the region, to get our students access to real world data, to see what that process is like, all the way from cleaning up data to putting the finished product out there. Information about Miami, we have our application dates and deadlines listed here. We're on the Common application, and then our scholarship information is here. This is for fall 2022. That information could change. We are test optional, so as you can see here, scholarships are based mainly on your GPA. And then we are open for visits at this point. If you're interested, we have both virtual visit options on our website, as well as in-person tours and information sessions. I'll put my contact information in the chat as well. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Excuse me. That'll conclude all of our presenters, but in the time we have left, we're going to ask our presenters to weigh in on the following topics. So we'll start at the top with our first college, Humboldt State University. What advice would you give someone going through the college search process?
Yeah, great question. And I know we each highlighted it throughout all of the presentations, but just reaching out, asking the questions that you need and getting a main contact, whether that be us as admissions counselors who can then connect you to anybody that you need on campus, so that you feel that support beforehand as well as when you get onto campus, and just not being shy to reach out and ask the questions that you need to make that best decision for yourself. And then I know somebody else had mentioned it during their presentation, visiting campus. If you are able to get to the campus and see it in person, I think that's where you'll really know if it's, you know, as best of a fit as you can find. So.
Thank you. Western Colorado.
Yes, I agree with everything that Vanessa said. It's definitely getting to campus, I think, is a huge priority while you're going through your college process. I also think don't put yourself in a box just because your friends and family are telling you to go to one school. Really just apply to all the schools that you think you might be passionate about. You'd be surprised. So definitely be a little bit more risky when it comes to applying for schools. Don't think that you can't get accepted. Just do it. Might as well see. The worst is that they might say no, but then you might also get a really great opportunity to go to a school that you'd be really, really happy at. So yeah, definitely.
Thank you. University of Colorado, Colorado Springs.
Yeah, I would say a big one is to kind of start just with location. Where do you want to be? Do you want to stay in state? Do you want to go out of state? And then kind of look at size and program too. If you want to go out of state, what size of school do you want? Do you want a small school or a large school? And once you kind of narrow that down, do they have your program? So I'd say focus on location, size, and then the major that you're interested in. And also the other thing too is it's okay to be undecided going into college. A lot of students are, and many colleges have their programs set up where the first year is doing a lot of gen ed courses and just trying to figure out what you want to do. So it is okay to be an undecided student going into college.
Thank you. University of Wyoming.
Hello, I agree with everybody. Visiting is probably my top thing that I would recommend to all students. Visit all types, private, community colleges, four-year schools. Remember, you might still have an option to go to graduate school if your career needs that or you desire that. And then I also love what she said about being undecided. I went as an undecided student, and many colleges have exploring majors for you to take part in.
Thank you. Iowa.
In addition to all that great advice, agree with 100% of it. One of the biggest things I would encourage students, particularly in STEM, is to look at the types of experiences you want to get outside of the classroom, whether that's with student organization involvement, undergraduate research, internships. For engineering, we talk about co-ops a whole lot. Figure out, talk to folks at those institutions about what those experiences might be, what are the resources to get involved in those, because that can help. Obviously, a lot of times we talk about career outcomes, what we want to do after college. I think it's great if you can spend some time focusing on what you want your college experience to include on the way there.
Very good. And last but not least, Miami University.
Always hard going last when everyone gives such good advice. But I think my piece of advice is really to don't spend so much time worrying about how you make yourself the perfect applicant for a school, but instead spend your time worrying about how you find the school that's a perfect fit for you or a good fit for you, the right fit. I think that will make your college experience a lot happier and healthier than focusing on how you can change yourself to get into that, that what you think is that perfect school.
Very good. Some great advice from our panelists today. This will conclude today's session. We want to thank everyone for joining. Note we've got the quick 5-question survey out there for you. Another plug that there are some additional sessions coming up the rest of this month, tomorrow and the 31st. So also note, again, skyscan.com/Texas for the recording, and we hope everyone has a great night. See you later.